Hello, dears. So, today we are going to focus on the lines. Okay, as we discussed before, that is one of the first and basic element of art. Okay, so we will discuss about line today. So, the line, as we said before, it is a mark on a surface. That means you can just draw a mark and it can become a line, right? So, or you just put one dot and keep it moving, like do it horizontally from left to right and top to bottom, then it become a line. So that is called line, and it is most basic element or the foundation of drawing or painting. So now we will discuss about the line quality. What is called a line quality? The quality of a line or the line quality, the term means the thickness of a line. That means some lines are very narrow and they are called thin line, and some lines are very broad or the width is too much. They are called thick lines. So the thick line or thin line is basically called the line quality. Okay, so this can be mainly this is used in the calligraphy. You know the calligraphy, right? Yeah, the way of writing, the art of writing or the letters arranging, or it's an art. It's also another form of art, and this is called the calligraphy. And in calligraphy, the thick and thin lines, the line quality is mainly used. Okay, and also the thick and thin lines can be seen in some pictures also, if you notice, like for sketching, like initial sketching, we will use thin lines. For example, this tree, if you see, like initial sketching or the outline we made using a thin line, and to show the final picture, the base is little bit thicker. So here we have used the thick lines for the base to show that sturdity of that wood. That means the base of a tree is little bit broad, right? To show that, we use the thick line, and the tiny branches, the thin lines are used. So this kind of lines also, line quality can be used here also. Now we are going to learn about the types of lines. These lines can be named by the way it looks actually. Okay, and few of them you already know. I think many all of them you already know, but still we will learn. But before that, I want you to practice it on a paper lined book. Okay, so you need to keep a lined book for practicing the lines, and see between lines you need to do it. And when you are practicing the lines, you always need to focus on the length and the shape and the size of the each lines. Like if when you are repeating one pattern, you need to be it like uniformly you need to do. So first it will be difficult, but try to make it as precise as possible. It will definitely help you in your drawings. Okay, so we can start now. So I'm starting it on a blank paper, but you try to do it on a lined paper. Okay, so first line we call it horizontal line, or the sleeping line you called before. Now it's called the horizontal line because it is parallel to the horizon. If you know that, leave it if you don't know. So this should be like, it should start from left and end on right, or should start from right and end on left. Anyway, it looks same. So this is the horizontal line. So you need to make it as lengthy as possible. You can always try to do it freehand without using a ruler or any other stencil for this. Okay, so keep doing the horizontal line as many times as possible, and when you do it fast, do it slow. Maybe initially it will cause some bumps and some curves will come, but keep doing and you can do it. Next is the vertical line or the standing line. So it should be drawn from up to down or down to up, like this you can do. And again, when you are practicing, maybe it becomes landing, but no problem. Keep doing and make it vertical. That means 90-degree, like it should stand like a standing line. Okay, so you can do that also. Keep practicing as many times as you can. Next, we will move on to the diagonal lines. These are the lines with a slant. Slant means a slight change in from vertical to horizontal. Okay, so this is a line in between vertical and horizontal line, we can say. So this is the line without us with the slant. That means you have to draw it towards the right or towards the left. These both are diagonal lines or slanting lines also we can call it. Okay. Another line, the fourth line is a curvy line. You know this curvy line, it's a part of a circle we can say, and it's just curve. You can make it little bit flat curve like with a very slight curve, or you can make it very curvy as well. Okay, and after that we will learn about a wavy line. Wavy line means making a lot of curvy lines with in a continuous way like this. Okay, and this wavy line also you can see it can be a wide wavy line because the lines are too far apart like this, or a narrow curvy wavy line because the curves are so close. So this is the another one. And after that we will focus on the cloud lines. Cloud lines means the lines that looks like a cloud. Okay, so in this means it's almost again like a curvy line repetition of curvy line, making a lot of curvy lines together is called a cloud line. And that wavy line you can see one curve up and one curve down like that. So again it's a classification of curvy lines. Now we will focus on the mountain lines. The mountain lines you can make two slanting lines together, like one to right and then to left. Okay, so these slanting lines together will make a mountain line, and the mountain line when you are drawing it should be both these mountains should be equal in size, like all the length, height and everything should be equal, then it's called a mountain line. When you can draw it freely without any restriction, then you can call it a zigzag line, and it changes its direction always. Okay, so the mountain lines is kind of slanting lines, two slanting lines, and then the zigzag line is again slanting lines but without any proper rule or any restriction. You can just freely draw this zigzag lines. Now the next line is called a step up line. This is called a step up line or a castle line because it looks like the top part of the castle. Okay, see how it is drawn. It's like a horizontal line, vertical line, horizontal line, vertical line, like this. You can practice some castle line. And you need to keep the lines length and width, everything should be equal. Like the line should be very precise when you're practicing this step up lines. The next line we have to practice is called mouse ear line. It is like a horizontal line and then making a curvy line. Horizontal line, curvy line, and it's a little bit deep curve and an upper curve. That means it is going towards the upper side. Okay, so this and it looks like the ear of the mouse. That's why it's called a mouse ear line. The next line we are going to learn is a sawtooth line or a shark lines, or even called an ocean wave lines. Okay, so it looks like an ocean wave or the top part of the shark, or even a sawtooth. Sawtooth, if you know that. Okay, so that's why it's called the ocean wave line. Practice this also, it will help you to make your hand more flexible. Now the another one is a loop line. Making a lot of loops like this is called loop line. When you're drawing, try to do it in a lined book so that it will be proper, and practicing makes perfect. And now we will learn about another line. This line start and end in the form of a circle, and this line is called a spiral. So it's basically a line that is drawn in the shape of a circle. Okay, that is called a, because it's not a closed space, that's why it's not a shape, it's a line and it's called spiral. So these are the lines we have learned, and you need to practice it as much time possible, at least 10 times or even 20 times you practice it, and it will really help you to make your drawings more perfect. Okay, so now we will see some real examples of where these lines can be seen. Okay, so just go through this and keep practicing and look around your home or your space and find more lines as well. Okay, dears, so let's do that. The first one, you can see a standing man for a vertical line, and then a sleeping man for a horizontal line, and after that the fence you can see a vertical horizontal like that, and the repetition of that, three horizontal and three vertical lines to make a brick, and then a slanting line to going uphill, and coming downhill another slanting line, and these together will make a mountain line, or up and down the hill, and this is the mountain line, and down and up also like a V shape for making, and these together will make the horizontal, I mean mountain lines. Then another curvy line, upper curve and lower curve, and this together will make wavy lines, and a loop line that is like this, and when it make it upside down you can see the rolling waves, and this a strolling dragon for a wavy line you can see in it, and then the ripples, and this is called a concentric circle. With this I think we can learn in shapes. Then the puddles, that is a spiral, and a stream you can see a vertical wavy line, a wavy line which is drawn vertically, and this is a kind of sawtooth line, and then another loop line, again another loop line, and so on. It's a lot. Just have a look and look around yourself and find more examples and keep practicing every line at least 10 times. And that's it, dears. And if you have any doubt, always ask me on the WhatsApp. Okay, so that's it, and see you for the next session.